They poured the foundation while he was away. Not a permit, not a notice, not even a knock on the door. Just wet cement, hot audacity, and a boundary crossing that would rewrite an entire neighborhood's idea of power. This is the kind of street where nothing ever happens, until one day, everything does. Brookstone Valley sat in northern Georgia, a quilt of identical rooftops, shared amenities, and an HOA board proud of rules thicker than welcome mats. The kind of community that mailed newsletters about fence heights, mailbox paint, and approved shrub species. Tidy, coordinated, predictable. The illusion of peace. At the center of the story was a man named Marcus Hale, a quiet homeowner, a Zillow deal hunter, a part-time vegetable gardener, and a full-time problem solver. Marcus wasn't new to rules. He'd managed businesses, budgets, contractors, schedules. But nothing prepared him for rules that believed they overruled ownership itself. Marcus owned his house, or so he thought. Martha King was his next-door neighbor. For years, they waved like clockwork, trash bin day greetings, HOA BBQ small talk, and brief chats about suburban storms. Martha had always talked about building a custom art studio shed. The projects always sounded harmless, hobbyist, personal, quiet. Except this one wasn't quiet at all. Marcus left town for a 6-day business trip. Not vacation, business. Meetings in Texas, 4-star coffee fuel, a whiteboard strategy hotel routine. He left with his grass cut, HOA dues paid, and zero anticipation of structural betrayal waiting at home. On day 3 of his trip, he got a ping from his Ring app. Motion detected. A cement truck reversing into what looked suspiciously like his side yard. Marcus frowned, squinted at the tiny rectangular video preview. Tap. The scene that opened was a loud one, a mountain of men, a cement mixer spinning, the hydraulic hiss of construction machinery, and a 20-ton mistake freshly delivered to his boundary line. The truck wasn't just on HOA common ground, it was on a 14-foot strip of land that belonged to Marcus. But Marcus didn't know that yet. Rules love ignorance. They starve in sunlight. They poured the foundation while he was out of town, and that's when his assumption ended. Marcus assumed the work was on Martha's approved land. He assumed HOA coordination was involved. He assumed legality. All reasonable assumptions. Every wrong one. When he returned home, the sun was high, the concrete was dry, and a brand new 12 by 16-foot slab sat on his yard like a stamped declaration of theft. Fresh edges, curing cracks, steel rebar visible, and future property value complications guaranteed. Marcus walked across the slab, tapped it with his shoe. Solid, heavy, real. Unapproved by him, unnoticed by him, unconsented, but unignorably built. He walked to Martha's porch, rang the bell. No answer. Rang again. Then the door opened gently. Martha, awkward smile. "Oh hey, you're back. The studio is finally moving along." Marcus didn't smile back. "Moving along on whose land, Martha?" She blinked. "Mine. The HOA approved it last month." Marcus stepped to the side where the slab crossed a thin, faded property marker that existed long before Martha poured dreams into obligation. "Martha, that's not your land." The smile disappeared. Cement didn't get poured without permission often, but surprise? Fairly frequently. Marcus pulled his phone, opened County GIS parcel mapping, ArcGIS level seriousness with taxpayer-funded transparency. He confirmed the boundary line hashed across his side yard by 14 feet. The slab sat 83% on Marcus's private parcel, 17% over the line into HOA-managed common area. But the key detail? 100% unapproved by Marcus. Marcus didn't just feel disrespected, he felt encroached on, legally. He requested all HOA approvals related to studio project permits. They sent him a 7-page PDF packet, but none of those pages had his signature, his approval, his notice, his consent. The slab was approved on incorrect land data based on neighbor-submitted diagrams without owner verification.
The HOA authorized what they believed was permitted land. They did not verify Marcus's parcel. That's where the design turned tragic. HOA letter excerpt, cold procedural tone. Project authorized on lot border. Land confirmed by applicant. Association holds building coordination rights. Marcus read the last line twice. Building coordination rights? Maybe. Trespass coordination rights? Not even close. He consulted attorney number 1, Claire Donovan, a local real estate litigator known for bulldozing bad bylaws. Claire stared at photos, boundary maps, and HOA replies, then shrugged like someone who's seen the Wild West wear khakis. Not just encroachment, unlawful construction on private deed. These guys didn't just overstep, they poured evidence into place. Marcus didn't want a refund, he wanted a reset. The HOA offered remediation option 1, $800 refund spread over 12 months. Option 2, shared ownership of finished studio shed area. Option 3, boundary line redrawing proposal to grant HOA possession of land if compensatory fees applied. All terrible, all audacious. All illegal if unconsented by the owner. Marcus declined politely. Decline is the kindest word demolition time gets. Marcus, narration voice kerning firm. They believed I wouldn't notice. I noticed. And if they wanted structural drama, I'd give them structural consequences. He called a licensed demo contractor, Titan Teardown Co., an excavator-equipped outfit that narrates foreclosing dreams into gravel and invoices. The crew showed up with mini bulldozers, jackhammers, and legally verified paperwork that didn't ask permission from the HOA, it informed them. Demo crew foreman, suntanned confidence. We confirm this slab is on private deed by the county, correct? Marcus, smiling for the first days and days. Very correct. Foreman, then we only need one approval. Marcus, mine. Permission was granted. Engines hummed. The first crack hit concrete, literal and metaphorical. Video cameras popped on from neighbors' windows like prairie gophers. HOA board members rushed out wearing violation energy but unarmed against actual law. The demo crew lifted its hydraulic arms. Jackhammer bit into cement. Gravel dust plumed into sunset rays. Marcus filmed it all, with calm, slight camera pull energy like someone recording history, not tantrums. HOA president, red-faced, waving papers. Stop! The HOA approved this construction. Foreman, pointing at Marcus. Owner approval overrules applicant error. They froze. He hammered on. Within 48 hours, the slab was 94% removed. The last 6% broke under a forklift breath of relief. By day 4 post-demolition, the slab was replaced by leveled sod, compacted soil, and a small new property marker staked in galvanized steel that read, Private Parcel, Owner Verified. Lawn repaired, fence lines reaffirmed, narrative undefeated. The aftermath is where HOA drama actually peaks, because now the neighborhood wanted documentation. HOA emergency meeting triggered. Residents demanded audit. Slab error exposure became the rallying cry for board reform. Marcus submitted a 40-page documented timeline citing Georgia construction and property encroachment statutes. Each page time-stamped like a subpoena on HOA theatrics. Proof collected. Not emotional proof, legal proof. The community held a vote 4 weeks later. The ballot box smelled like revolt, fresh ink, and rebalanced power. Board removal proposal, 88.3% vote for removal. Mandatory audit, 94% vote for transparency. Bylaws review, 91.9% vote for external legal counsel oversight. 3 numbers, 1 message. The neighborhood was done being ruled by the rule enforcers with no ruler. Marcus didn't ask for applause. The algorithm delivered it anyway. HOA board dissolved pending state audit and restructuring. Titan Teardown Co. paid properly and tipped generously. The contractor invoice pinned to Marcus's refrigerator like a medal. Slab removed, line replaced, story secured. Marcus walked across his yard at sunrise again. The air was softer, the landlines clearer, the boundary non-negotiable and freshly respected. Marcus, soft reflective narration. I inherited a home, not a cautionary tale. They tried to pour ownership in cement. I poured accountability in motion. Then the final narration line lands like the exact pacing YouTube binge viewers replay before sharing. They poured the slab while he was out of town. He poured law back while they were out of options. And right when viewers think the story fully resolves, a whisper tease slides in, too tempting not to click the next episode. And you won't believe what the county audit letter revealed after this. Fade to clean logo, bold legal confidence, and the line that makes people subscribe, not for rules, but for receipts. HOA stories get crazier than fiction, and Marcus proved it.